Hello, my name's Lizzie and I'm here in my kitchen in Malvern and I'm going to show you how to make some delicious vegan mince pies. So into your large mixing bowl you need to put some flour. So here I've got a mixture of plain and self-raising flour because I think that makes the pastry lighter, and you just sieve that in. If you haven't got a sieve then obviously you don't need to sieve it, but if you can it makes it that bit lighter. So there's the flour, and then we're going to add the fat. So here I've got a mixture of margarine and a white vegetable fat, and I like to use pure sunflower margarine. So that's just cut up into little cubes. Pop it into the flour, along with a spoonful of sugar, that's caster sugar, and a nice little touch, some lemon zest. And it's always good to look for unwaxed lemons. So peel off a little bit of zest and add that in. It gives it a nice fruity flavour. So you just have to combine all of that with your fingers. So you want a fine breadcrumb. Mix in the fat with the flour. This doesn't take long. If you've got a food processor, you can do this stage in a food processor. So you make sure that the fat and the flour is well incorporated. And then you're going to add a small amount of water, and it's always good to chill your water. Pastry likes a nice cool room. This pastry can be frozen, so if you wanted to make a big batch, then you could put some in the freezer and defrost it as needed. So we'll add in a little bit of water. So about 2 to 3 tablespoons. It's always good to add it gradually. So mix that together with a knife or a spoon. You see it's coming together. Just a small amount more water. It's better to add it gradually. There we are. So that pastry is coming together, so you just need to knead it lightly for a moment, and then it's always good to pop that in the fridge to chill for at least half an hour before using. If you haven't got that long, then you've popped it into the freezer for 5 minutes. Cover it in some cling film and pop that in the fridge to rest. So you take your pastry from the fridge, and I always like to break it in half before I roll it out, and put it on a lightly floured board, and then roll it out gently, turning the pastry as you go. So it depends how thick you like your pastry. Brush off any excess flour, and then with your cutter you can cut circles which you then put in your bun tray. Place the circles of pastry into the greased baking tray, and then put a small spoonful of mincemeat in the middle of each pastry circle. It's always good to use 2 spoons because it's a sticky job. So place them all in, and then I like to add a little nugget of marzipan. Just gives an extra sweetness to it. So pop that on top. Just about a pea-sized nugget is good. And then top it with a little pastry star. Press those down gently. And then that goes into a hot oven for about 15 minutes until golden. So when cool enough to handle, take them from the baking tray and put them on a wire rack or on a plate ready for serving. Delicious served warm. And as you can see, that little nugget of marzipan has melted beautifully. Just a little dusting of icing sugar, and then they're ready to eat. Happy Christmas.